Looking good.
Hell yeah.
We're back. Eat that pussy just like you should.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
No.
Remember when music used to make you horny?
Still does, man.
You're a little kid and you go, oh my god, pussy juice.
Talking about eating pussy.
Talking about pussy.
Until the sweat drops.
I'm still getting bricked up to Morgan Wallen though, you know. So music's still making me horny.
Does Morgan Wallen make you hot?
Oh, so wet. I'm soaked. Slipping off my chair listening to Morgan Wallen.
Oh man, I remember there was a song on the Eminem show called Drips. And it was so like I was a kid and I was like, oh god, I would skip it really quick because it was just too creepy to me. I was like, that's too much sex. Where the Obi tries, one of Eminem's friends,
D12.
Yeah, he had this line. It was like the whole song's about them like getting like STDs from gross pussy. Yeah. And he's like, woke up today, pussy residue on my penis. He was literally like, pussy residue on my penis, Denise from the cleanest. And then he just goes into this graphic detail about fucking her. And as a kid, I was like, it's like crazier than porn. I go, I'm watching gangbangs at home, and this guy is like, he's creating an image that is
because of words.
Yeah,
it is a thing so normalized in rap music is just descriptively talking about the pussy you got. Whereas if any one of us in mid conversation was like talking about the pussy we got, we'd go, "Shut the fuck up, dude."
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Ew. The song is called Drips because their dicks are leaking.
Yes, they have an STD.
They have STDs and they're dripping. It was so hard to listen to.
Yeah.
You guys ever get chlamydia?
No.
You're the only one who's had it here.
You're the only one that
your dick is like it retracts into your abdomen. You get like cramps in your cock.
In your escapades, it's like you're excavating for STDs. You know.
Back in the day.
You got it in like China or
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah, classic jungle shit. I went to a Chinese doctor.
Jungle
He's like,
pussy.
I don't know. Jungle. The Chinese doctor didn't know it, but yeah, it drips.
Doctor's like, did you recently have any jungle pussy?
How does it drip? Like, what is dripping?
So like if you like milk it,
Pus.
Like a
just
go-gurt.
pus is coming out of your dick hole?
Out of your dick hole.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you sick bitch!
You're the one that took me to Planned Parenthood, dude.
I did. And
you were so fat he thought you were pregnant. And,
I was looking at my belly and smiling all the way over.
Yeah, they aborted a burrito from John's ass.
John's like, Dev's like listening to your stomach.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
gross,
you also
man.
get a foot infection on the same trip from dumping into the shower and stomping it in?
Oh. Yeah, no, that was
like you're making wine with Grace.
You had an open wound on your foot and you got your own feces into it?
So I was at a public pool in Vietnam.
That's like giving yourself AIDS. That's like you act like you come in your hand and then you go to the shower and wash your ass so your cum gets in your ass.
You take razor blades to your lips and tongue and then you suck yourself off.
I was in a public pool in Vietnam and I had to shit really bad, like a big log. You know, the one that it's worse than diarrhea when you really have to take a big log.
We're 3 minutes into the show.
And yeah,
we also just finished saying like this rap can get really gross.
Yeah.
Well, the difference is none of us are bragging about these things.
That is
what
true.
I'm saying.
Well, you know, you go to the bathrooms in Vietnam. They're the squat toilets, and there was a public pool. It was like the worst squat toilet ever. But then I saw they had showers, and I was like, I'd rather just shit in a shower. So I just went in the shower and just like bent over and then fucking stomped that shit down the drain.
And then you had a foot infection.
I think I could have gotten foot fungus from any
It could have been
number of
from
those
anything.
things. Yeah, I done horrible things.
The chances it was that.
Yeah.
I also got bit in the face by a venomous bug or something.
Yeah, I remember you had a big swollen face when you came back.
I came back fucked up.
They had to
I was like fucked up.
Yeah, they had to like sew John's like cheek back together.
You look like the Toxic Avenger when you came back.
I did literally. I looked like the Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
Disgusting.
I had chlamydia on a swollen face.
And a swollen foot.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's got awful.
No, you're a pig. You're a huge pig, man.
You know, it's like.
But more importantly,
I survive.
you're a Maurice.
You're a survivor.
Yeah.
You're a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a Maurice. I've seen things.
More of a Maurice than a pig, but you are a pig and a Maurice.
I think we're all pigs here, man.
I think you're the biggest pig and the biggest Maurice. With biggest Maurice, we all know.
I think
you're a pig, though. Biggest pig.
I think you're all secret pigs.
I think I'm least pig.
You're least pig for sure.
Connor's
I think
least
you're
pig.
for sure. You're a pig.
Least pig.
Connor is a pig, but he's
Me?
the least by
Or
far.
Connor?
Connor's the least pig.
Connor's least pig.
I'm
We
least
all do
pig.
piggish things.
I like to say I'm least pig.
Yeah. Connor's Connor's
least
a
piggish
little
thing.
baby pig. He's all
I mean, you're
hairless.
upstairs hitting the bong and jerking off with coconut oil. That's pretty piggish.
I don't hit a bong. There's no bong upstairs.
Yeah, you do have a bong.
You do have a big fat
I don't
bong
have a
upstairs.
bong.
You rip
I've
that
seen
shit.
you taking bong hits and jacking off with coconut oil.
I jack off. I use the bong to jack off in.
You
The bowl is full of my cum.
Sick.
You bubble the cum.
You've stuffed your
What are we doing?
fleshlight.
I just saw this.
Disgusting.
I just saw this clip yesterday of Maron talking to Tom Segura and him just mocking what we're doing right now.
Yes,
and
I
I'm
know.
really in my head about it.
What was he
Because
saying?
everyone's just talking
He's
about
like,
shitting their
fun.
pants.
Yeah, talking about shitting your pants and your cum and all that stuff. It's really great stuff. Really great entertainment.
Oh, fuck you, Maron.
I know.
You
but
cocksucker. Shut up, pussy.
I like Marc Maron a lot.
I love both things, though.
I love him.
We can't all be as elevated and intellectual as Maron.
Yeah.
I love
Maron-
him too, but listen, sometimes
Yeah.
we have to be honest and gross.
If it wasn't for Trump, he wouldn't be on us about that type of shit. He just thinks that all those guys are doing they're adding to like fascism, you know?
We don't do that, but we don't have Trump on and then JD Vance and stuff. We just talk. We're gross. We're one element of that.
Yes,
but we're not.
And I adore Marc Maron. I think he's like what he's.
Hey,
he's,
Maron, I just dismantled conservative media with a prank. What?
That's right.
You haven't done that.
Maron should talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Maron should talk about that. You know?
Well, we're essential for an ecosystem the way like a mosquito is essential. Maron's like a bass.
There's levels
He is
to
a
this
bass.
shit, though. You know, too.
There's
Bro, there's levels. That's what I tell. I go. Yo, how you doing, Maron? Like there are like levels to this shit. Like when me and my boys were talking about like cum and like farting and shitting in ourselves and stuff, and like my buddy gave himself giardia. Like there's like levels to this type of podcasting, bro.
You like that's like an analogy for like a euphemism meaning like socioeconomic distress. and shit.
I'm just worried about fascism, impending fascism. We live in an authoritarian state.
He looks like Geppetto.
Why is everyone so cruel? Everyone is being this is just an administration full of cruelty. The first 15 years of my show, everyone told me I was a cruel asshole to them, and I'm confused about cruelty. My entire show started with me confronting people and them saying, "You were the biggest asshole I've ever met." What is with cruelty? Am I upset with cruelty because I'm projecting an entire lifetime onto these people? Maybe that's so.
Damn, what a perfect takedown.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And I love
that
him.
was the beginning,
And I love him.
right?
I love him.
That was the whole point of the show.
Yeah, he was
a
apologizing.
Criminal administration. I have an 18-year-old girlfriend, and I'm kidding. I love the dad that he would destroy me, but I listened to the first. I'm back in Maron because now I love listening to him be fired up, and he hates what's going on, and I totally get where he's coming from. But it is when he's talking about like all these people being such pricks and shit, I'm like, your entire thing, like everybody that's ever talked to you thought you hated them or were a prick to them.
Yeah,
and you're like a self-admitted.
It was the
like,
I'm sorry show.
Yeah, this guy is the biggest egomaniac narcissist. The last 20 years of my life has been me exploring my narcissism.
Just malignant toxicity for decades and decades. And now he's like, why can't we just all be nice?
It is funny, like the two last episodes were Birbiglia, then Jordan Klepper.
Yeah.
And it's him just to Birbiglia's face being like, I just don't like you on a human level.
Saying stuff.
And then the next episode, he's like, what happened to humanity, man?
Exactly. He's like, well, I do more work than simply calling somebody like a fag.
Yeah.
I get into their soul. Yeah. So like I want people to be more, intelligent with their hatred of others.
Yeah.
Has he created any gay entities?
No.
Has he ever come up with an Emerson spooky?
So
Sounds a little lazy to me.
So sounds like lazy.
Sounds like you're lazy, Maron.
He's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that documentary that Fine Arts made about him.
Me too. Yeah, same.
But yeah.
Also, I'm fully wrapped up in Stick.
Stick.
Can't stop watching
I love
Stick.
when Maron's in something too. I fucking think he's a great actor.
It is like Ted Lasso meets Happy Gilmore, and it is like a blanket of a show.
Yeah.
Recommending it's tough because it's not a very good show, but it's a very comforting show, which is nice to have in your rotation.
Yeah, I watched the first episode because it was free on like Target.com or something on my TV.
Free on gas station TV.
I don't know. It's impossible to watch things, yet some things are completely free, and I have no clue, whatever. And it was good, but Owen Wilson seemed to be the weakest part of the show.
He gets better.
The golf thing. I
golf
saw the
show.
first episode. I liked it too.
Yeah.
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 I'm all caught up.
I like Maron. He's good.
I love when
I love
Maron's
Maron.
in
I
things.
love Wilson too.
Oh, me, yeah.
Oh, big Wilson fan.
Yeah.
I think he's good in it.
He's great in it. Also, it's just really weird that he like co-wrote the first 3 Wes Anderson movies and like really never like wrote again after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I wish he had like more creative control over his career.
I think that's too much work.
Yeah.
And I think he was like, I'm making a lot of money. I can now be in big movies, doing rom-coms and stuff like that. And
But
then
at this point, is he not at a point again where he can take like the freedom to just write a passion project? And
he could, but
He should.
why? Why do that if he could just...
for me,
He doesn't care. People don't care about that.
for me, Owen.
It's like Ben Affleck could be doing that, or he could have been doing that the entire time.
Yeah.
And he's only like during Argo that he started revisiting. Let me just get back into trying really hard to direct and stuff like that. And Gone Baby Gone. Or no, Gone Girl.
Air.
Well, Gone Baby Gone also he wrote that
Oh, did he?
and directed it.
I love that movie. I didn't know he directed that, but
Did he direct that? Gone Baby Gone?
I don't
Ben
know.
Affleck?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But so Gone Girl.
Yeah.
That was like a blockbuster and very well directed. And,
But that was
That
Fincher.
was Fincher.
oh, I must think of Gone Baby Gone.
Yeah.
Some actor was just talking about
Joey's
that.
like, Ben Affleck, incredible. Fight Club is amazing.
7, Fight Club, The Game. I mean, no one talks about this guy as a director.
He was the guy in that, though. He's the star in
Yeah,
that.
he's the main guy.
But either way, though, I think that it is really difficult and so much work. It's a lot less work to just show up. Still a lot, but to show up and be the star in a thing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's no question about that.
So, but why? Why give yourself the stress? Gonna get rich and
knows?
doing nothing.
It's unbelievable how many shows there are
It's
on different platforms.
None of them are making money. It's crazy.
And there's so much money pumped into it. You watch
Yeah.
these shows, you're like, that's unbelievable. It's a huge show. There's a whole show, and it's just the greatest war scenes you've ever seen. No one's ever seen it.
Yep.
What show?
I don't know. Go find it.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Apple TV is packed to the brim.
Packed with shows.
With the most beautiful shows I've ever seen too. Like the way they're shot on Apple TV.
Yes,
you're
yes.
like, holy fuck.
Yes, there's tons of shows out there. It's like Vince Vaughn, like he's like riding a fucking alligator through the swamp, and you can't even believe how it looks, and no one's ever seen it. And
Yep.
Vince Vaughn's riding an alligator through a swamp.
I don't know, man. There's so many weird shows on Apple TV.
I know.
And they always give you like a free little trial.
And they're all pretty good on Apple TV.
I watched this one show on Apple
I think
TV.
Severance can suck my shit.
There was the co-star of it.
You don't like it?
No.
I can't get into it either.
I haven't watched season 2. I loved season 1. I haven't watched season 2.
I know everyone
yet.
loves season 1, but it feels like one of those shows where everyone loves it because they're like, this is all going to tie it together, and then they just kind of realize we don't even know what we're doing. We don't even know what we're writing.
Well, also every TV show writes to be open-ended in the hopes that they can get a season 2.
So it's not disciplined. So it's about the money at the end
yeah,
of
well,
the
that's
day.
the best shows are when like you can end any season.
Yeah.
But like I don't know.
That's why the Edgerton show, the clone, or the evil twin show. What was the name of it? Dark Matter.
Oh, Dark Matter, yeah.
It was a 1-season thing that was just like, I know everybody else didn't like it, but it was like Apple TV again, and just such a high quality show in my opinion, and a huge budget, crazy effects in it because they're off exploring like multidimensional worlds and stuff, so they have to do the CGI for these worlds. But it's like it didn't get that much attention, but must have cost a ton. And it's just because Apple TV's spending a lot of money to compete with Netflix.
They're operating at a $1 billion a year loss to produce their own original
So
content.
I didn't know that, but that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was.
Which I'm like very admirable. I'm like, salute to you, Apple TV. That's awesome. You should be doing that. if
I
you're
have a
Apple.
thing with Netflix where I don't even know why I fucking have Netflix anymore. Other than I go on Netflix when I get frustrated with the scrolling on other places. So I'm not even watching anything. This is my whole night. Fucking god damn it. Fucking go. And then I just go, let me get out of this. Let me reset. And I go to Netflix. I don't watch anything. I just go, wow, it's all smooth. Look at that. Oh, man.
not freezing
I
at
go,
all.
oh, it's not freezing at all. I go, that looks like shit. I'm not watching that. Seen that. Don't care. Don't need anything here. And then I go, well, guess I'll just go to bed.
I had a great night last night.
Had a great night.
I scrolled through 375 television shows.
All I do is scroll, baby.
Yeah.
You know what's
Scroll,
a really
baby, scroll.
a really smooth scroll? Fandango.
Fandango's a smooth scroll. I go to these all the time, and I go, it's too overwhelming. I don't know what to watch, but the scrolling
It's like
is
test driving.
smooth. Yeah, it is. But Netflix is. They got the new. I keep Netflix for somebody feed Phil.
Sure.
I need me some Phil. I need me some of the corniest, most boring man alive.
Yep.
Going around the country.
They're
eating the greatest food of all time, and he eats it, and he goes like, "Oh, that's a patootie woody."
Who's Phil?
Phil Rosenthal is the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, and he now has 8 seasons on Netflix of a show where he goes to the coolest places on earth, eats the greatest food on earth, and it's beyond. He's so boring and unfunny.
The most boring man of all time.
And I like him, but you can't even fathom that he made like one of the funniest comedy shows. It's just amazing.
It's amazing.
And everyone loves him, but he makes me really uncomfortable through the screen.
But you're hooked.
I'm hooked though, because I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated, dude. It's amazing. He's in Jordan, the country Jordan, and he's eating some, fucking slop on top of some bread that looks like a burn victim's skin.
Jordan slop,
just weird bubbly bread. Like a Nigerian food or Somalian food.
Ethiopian.
Yeah. They have that spongy bread. I'm sure it's good, but I just can't. It just looks like somebody got burned alive in Fallujah.
It looks like tripe.
Yeah, it does. It looks like guts. But he's like eating it, and they pitch it to him. They go, "This is the greatest. We work all day. My father, he died for this pig, and he eats it, and he goes." He's doing this in front of like a war-torn refugee.
It's got one leg.
He's like, please, and he's like, we work so hard on this, and he's going like, it's so bizarre.
He has to hide that he's Jewish in front of these guys. We're not gonna execute him.
There's that show on HBO Max called Duster.
I started watching that. I watched the first 3 episodes.
In my head, that show doesn't exist. In my head, if you click play on that, HBO goes, "Oh fuck, we didn't expect anyone to actually
Somebody took
do
the
that."
bait.
They go, this doesn't exist.
So
Whoa! No one was gonna actually hit play on that.
It says, okay, maybe we'll make it. Stand by.
Oh fuck! If this is a man, yeah, we'll make the show. I guess.
The thing on the screen goes, "This event has ended and never started."
It's like a ghost kitchen, but it's a ghost studio.
It really feels that way. I look at Duster, I'm like, that's not real. It doesn't exist.
So funny.
But I can't help but think of how much this is happening all the time, and there's this huge sets and productions, and it's months on end, and and then no one ever sees it, and it's also, I don't know. Then an existential thing starts happening with me, where I start sitting around and I go, all we do is distract ourselves from dying. Like, it's all we are creating is stuff to be like, just watch this till you die.
Yeah. We got to take your TV away.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen.
Do you ever have that? You ever back out of everything and start being like, what the fuck? Like, all we do when people meet up, they go, so half the conversations in my life, even not with you guys, but with random people, they go, so you watching anything? And that question is
it's a last ditch effort.
That question is, so like, what have you been distracting yourself with before we die?
I got so mad last week when you asked me.
That is what it is.
Yeah, I know, but you're really sounding dark about it. Like, I come and do it with that, going like, yes, I need to distract myself. Let me watch a fun show. You're coming with like a very fatalistic approach.
Sometimes it comes and goes. It's a spectrum of like that feeling, but like most of the time I'm just like, yeah, fucking, I love shows and I get really into them, and like movies and art and sports. But at sometimes you have that moment where you go, what the fuck is anyone doing? What are we all talking about? It's all we're talking about is what are you counting down the clock with?
Well, then the scary thing on top of that too.
That's the question. You meet up with your dad at dinner, and you go, so what are you counting down the clock with?
The scariest thing to me is there's another world out there who is consumed by a thing. They're being distracted by a show that is so much bigger than we've ever even heard of.
Yeah.
Like the show Ginny and Georgia has taken the nation, and I don't even know what that is.
Is that Jane Fonda show?
No, it's a Netflix show. I don't even know what it's about. But
Ginny and Georgia.
It's #1. And like most people in the world, if you go, what are you distracting yourself with? They go, Ginny and Georgia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. But it's been #1 on Netflix for the last like month and a half.
I know. I've seen it pop up.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and they consume these people.
Is all of Hollywood just operating at a net loss at this point?
I think
we were talking about that earlier.
All streaming is. Yeah.
Well, I think it's just dead. It's the media's dying. It's like on life support right now, and then the next thing is gonna be Twitch streaming, and the next thing is gonna be some other video games and Twitch streaming,
and then it'll just be AI movies. You can literally just go make a movie starring Joaquin Phoenix and Adam Driver, set in dystopian future, Mad Max,
and that's
style.
within like 20 years.
You guys ready for like?
That's in the next. I'm not kidding. That's in the next year and a half.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, there'll be like Aiden Ross will be the new Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat will be the new Kevin Hart. Mm-hmm. Not that Kevin Hart ever did anything worth a shit in movies. Kevin Hart,
he's talented though.
Oh, I love Kevin Hart. He's super talented. Never made a single thing worth a shit.
Yeah.
What movie? What is a good?
In 40-Year-Old Virgin.
He couldn't even come.
That was funny when he was being funny.
That's not his movie.
Yeah,
he's
it's
in it
the
for
best
a
thing
second.
I'll remember, man.
But Kevin Hart's never even had a movie where it's like, Martin Lawrence, National Security.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker. He's never touched anything. Chris
close.
Tucker.
Even Money Talks, which is like not even that good.
No, I mean Soul Plane is probably the most like culturally significant movie he's ever made.
Yeah.
That sucks,
That's sad.
But that's probably true.
What about the Will Ferrell movie Get Hard?
Get Hard?
That did well, I think.
Did it?
Yeah, Get Hard was really
I don't
big.
know.
Looked like
awful.
a Gatorade
little
piece
bitch.
of shit.
It's one of Will
Yeah.
Ferrell's worst movies.
Well, sure, but it's Kevin Hart's best.
By the way, I keep seeing Will Ferrell in commercials, and I want to put him down.
I know.
Yeah, he looks like
I
his
kind of
age.
feel like they should take him to like a
Pound.
like a clown pound.
Yeah.
John
And
burns
just,
him with the dog.
just inject him as
He's
he's
an
doing.
old old dog with cataracts.
He's just shaking on a really cold steel table, and he's doing a Ron Burgundy impression. And we go, "It's over, Will, it's over."
He looks like he's had
Just
plastic
injecting
surgery.
him into his
too.
neck.
He looks weird. He looks like he's had plastic surgery or
does.
something. It
Yeah.
doesn't. Will Ferrell's not someone who should be touching up his face. You know
I don't
what
think
mean?
he has. I
He
think
looks-
I think in the Hollywood landscape he looks weird because he's done nothing.
Really.
He's aging like a normal man.
I feel like he just seems more hairless or like his skin's tone. Maybe they're just putting makeup on him.
I just get a violent hatred inside of me when I see people that I know already have more money than God, and they're in a commercial and they're going like 15,000 Chase travel points. I want to go, and then you just want to shoot them through your TV.
Yeah.
Is it ever enough, Tina Fey? Fucking Verizon commercials
I
or
know.
Oh, what's her
American
face?
Express? Fuck you. And then they always have the same thing. They go, I mean, you can't turn down the money. What's enough?
I know.
If I had $1.5 million to my name, I don't think you guys, I'd stop. I don't think you guys ever see me again. What do people need?
That's not nearly enough money to fuck off.
But in my puny brain, it is. That sounds incredible.
I remember the first time I had 20 grand in my bank account. I remember looking at that being like, why would you ever need more money than that?
I know.
Genuinely, I was like, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I do believe
no
Devin,
money at all.
Devin does seem like a guy that has, like, he might actually be a guy that would have that much money and go like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I am a guy that I will spend all of the money that I have, no matter what the amount is.
Yeah.
I can have $1 billion and I spend the
You'll
one bill.
figure out a way to spend
But
it.
at the end of the year, I'm down to zero.
You actually are great for the economy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're doing bang bangs. You're doing bang bangs still, but it's like those like steaks that are wrapped in gold.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's that T-Mobile commercial. What's her face? That's on every fucking streaming platform now. You know what I'm talking about?
I need more than that.
Oh my
friend.
god, the black lady, but she's got a Latina last name. You know what I'm talking about?
Zoe Saldana.
Saldana. Have you seen that commercial? I see it every 30 seconds now and everything.
No.
Zoe Saldana's in a T-Mobile commercial and she's acting
Yeah.
like she's like a mom. It's pissing me off.
That's annoying.
That's horrible.
That's annoying.
Hate that.
She's allowed to though, because she's like a still somehow more friend. But like when I see, I'm like, you're Will Ferrell. Like you've been in
more fringe. She's in the
in Oscars
Marvels.
last
Yeah, she won an Oscar and she's in the MCU.
Will Ferrell's still bigger than that bitch.
And she also named her Oscar, or she gave her Oscar pronoun. Did you see that? For the Amelia Perez Oscar.
She did.
She goes, my Oscars are they, them.
Okay. Yeah.
Just annoying. Just annoying little tidbit.
She draws tits and a cock on her Oscar.
Well, Karen Reed. Karen Reed she's out. She was acquitted.
Finally off the hook.
That's right, you fucking cocksuckers. You'll never get me.
I think she did it.
She goes. I heard she left the trial. She got in her car and she ran over a bunch of people.
Are you serious?
I think she did it.
You think she actually did it?
Yeah.
Or are you just trying to get something going here?
A little bit of that, yeah.
Connor, unless you actually think that.
No, I don't think that. She so obviously did not do it.
Let's watch the verdict. There's a chance she did it, but I mean, these cops were too retarded to. You can't really say that. I mean, they were looking up how long until somebody dies in the snow that I just killed.
That was pretty much debunked.
Did they sick a dog on the guy?
Was that debunked? That's why I'm kind of like, maybe she was guilty now, actually.
The Google searches were essentially debunked because it became this, I can't remember the name of the technology, but there is some sort of forensic technology where they analyze phone data. You plug your phone into this thing, the police have it. We could buy one, by the way. Costs like $800, but the police use this. They plug their phone into it. It analyzes all the data. It gives you timestamps for every search, every text message, every phone call, blah, blah, blah. And this search had 2 different timestamps. One was at 2:30, and then one was like after the police had found the body and, Karen Reed had responded to the scene. And so the prosecutor's explanation for it was the first timestamp was generated when she opened like the Chrome browser on her phone. Then she went back to the same browser and used the search later. But
it popped up as it was at 2:30 in the morning as opposed to later.
Right, yeah. So because the browser was open at 2:30 for her to search like a sports local sports thing,
it does it again when you reopen the app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then so that is the defense did a very good job of making it sound like that was genuinely done at 2:30. But I dug into it a little bit, and I think
I had a feeling it was wrong actually because it was too good.
Too good to be true.
Too good. Yeah. But I do think these people they were just a bunch of drunk Boston cops, and they beat the living shit out of their friend and killed him on accident, and then they left him out in the snow, and they go, well, let's just blame that fucking whore.
Yeah. I agree.
What's happened to the cops, though?
That's why, like, what happens now? So she's not the murderer. Are they going to investigate all those those bozos?
Didn't he have dog bites and shit? Like, didn't they sick a dog on him?
They had a dog, and they conveniently, like, killed it, like, right after.
Yeah.
And they got rid of their house immediately.
They were like,
so that's so hardcore.
He was an old dog. He was like 4 years old. He was.
We had to kill him that night. His hips were giving out.
No, they didn't kill the dog. They gave him away, though. They sent him across the country.
They sent him.
They did.
Seriously?
Yeah.
God, dude.
It was a trained
Subpoena
canine.
the dog.
So I suppose they could try to match like the bite mark for the dog, but they got rid of it, and they instantly sent the dog across the country. Then they got rid of the floors where a crime could have occurred, rid of the floors in the house, and then they just simply sold the house.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
so
totally
sick.
guilty.
I think that they're.
Yeah.
I think probably most likely scenario.
But they got away with it.
They got drunk and then beat the fuck out of the guy.
They got away with it.
They're not going to like reopen this,
yeah.
are they? I mean, like the investigation.
I don't think they have enough evidence to prosecute any of the police involved, but I think probably what happened is Brian Higgins, who was trying to fuck Karen Reed, and Karen Reed was flirting with Brian Higgins. That's why she didn't want to go inside. She's been flirting with this guy while she's in a very serious relationship with a victim, the guy that died. I can't remember his name. And then so he pulls up to the house.
Who cares about that guy?
Gives a fuck about him. But she pulls up to the house to go to this house party, and she finds out Higgins is in there. And then she's basically like, fuck off. Like, go, you go. I bet he goes inside. Higgins is in there, and they start arguing. I go, you're trying to fuck your girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Fist fight breaks out. He gets knocked out, bonks his head on a hardwood floor downstairs.
Yeah.
During the struggle, dog bites him, scratches him. He probably wakes up. I don't think they dragged his body outside. I think he probably woke up. And
they go, get him some fresh air. He'll wake right up. Yeah. Put him in the blizzard.
He needs some ice.
He needs a blizzard nap.
Oh, he looks like he's going to get a little sore. Put him out in the blizzard.
I think he probably came back too. And they were like, okay, he's awake, but he was drunk plus concussed. Maybe he had a little bit of a brain bleed going on. And then he's like, I'm going to walk out. He takes a few steps outside, and he's more fucked up than he thought. falls to the ground, dies in the snow.
Yeah,
One of his
and they didn't notice they're all fucking wasted. Because
Yeah.
originally we thought it was like an ambush. They set him up and they wanted to like kill him in some hazing thing or something.
He was I don't think that. I think he was in a pretty hidden part of the yard.
What happened
I saw the
is,
chart.
who was that other lady that was on the stand that was real cunty? But
the wife of the
yeah,
the lady that owned the house.
She
with the guy.
screamed at him while he's all bloodied and fucked up, and she goes, "Get the fuck out of my house, faggot!" And he stumbled out front.
Yeah.
And then one of his shoes fell off, and he fell into the snow, and he turned into a snowman. And then they go, "Just blame that fucking old Karen."
I think at that point they realized, like, oh shit. Once they realized the body was out there, they were like, okay, how do we fix this? Let's go. Karen hit him on the way out. By the way, Higgins at that point drives to the station for no reason.
Right.
He just goes to the station, clearly for an alibi. Mm-hmm. And then later he goes to like an army base, throws his phone into a dumpster.
Oh, because then you can't get on the army base.
Jurisdiction.
These guys are geniuses.
And so they did a very good job at
Really?
the cover-up.
They can't investigate.
Local,
the
it
army
has to be
Yeah,
Army
yeah.
CID that does it. You can't. I don't even think the FBI can
Genius.
get on Army base.
I don't think so
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. Oh, he's like a National Guardsman, so he can get on the Army base.
Yeah, he had
this
some way to
guy's
get
insane.
in. Yeah, it's pretty fucking
Wow.
dirty stuff.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn, this guy's smart.
And
It's like
then-
he's a cop or something.
It's like he's a dirty cop
It's like
or
he's
something.
a dirty cop or something. Well, I guarantee that they're not going to prosecute him because the DA's probably like he's a vice.
No, it's
he's a vice
over.
guy, right?
They also don't have enough to prosecute.
Yeah, and they're like he brings in like
But it is
100K
funny.
a year and fucking.
I don't know. I don't think they care about that, but they just don't have enough.
A situation like this is weird though when they go, well, the only suspect just got off.
Yeah.
So then you go, well, then who did it? They go, we don't actually. It's over.
Yeah,
It's like good luck.
They go, we actually don't look into the justice.
We did the
around
song and
here.
dance.
It's all over.
If we don't nail the whore, then we don't care.
Yeah. They go, he died of cold.
he froze to death.
He caught a cold.
But that's why they're trying to prosecute again after the first mistrial.
That's why
'Cause
this was
remember,
the second.
like when you told me, you were the one that broke the news to me that it was a mistrial, and I was like, oh my god, I guess they're giving up. And then they tried her again, and I was like, why? Why wouldn't they just give up? And then I realized it was because if they just give up, then now they're admitting she didn't do it, and somebody did it, so we don't know. So they're desperate to try to prove that it was her.
Yeah, and then she still got off.
Then now
So she was
not guilty
acquitted.
just happened.
Not guilty just happened. People were very upset at us last week for not covering it. It hadn't happened yet. And I guess this is Karen Reed's lawyer, Benjamin Netanyahu, is defending her.
Docket number 2282 CR 117001, murder in the second degree. What say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree? Yes. Thank you. 002. What say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
That's our main lawyer right there, by the way.
Yeah, that guy's
Is
good.
not guilty or guilty of that charge or any lesser included
Weinstein's
charge?
lawyer also.
Wow.
Really?
That was Weinstein's
Yeah.
lawyer?
Yeah, he's one of the biggest defense attorneys in the world right now. He's like the new Cochran, basically.
If you're somebody like Karen Reed, how do you pay this guy?
I asked my mom, because my mom's fucking balls deep in this case, and I asked them, I'm like, how did she afford this Allen guy? And she didn't really know. It might have been one of those things where he knew the publicity was so big.
Yeah,
that
but it does-
I feel like he jumped on
Yeah,
the kid.
Like pay me later type of
yeah.
shit?
Isn't that how the Gone Girl plot line is? The Tyler Perry's character? Is
Yeah.
he just doing it because he's like, I want to be the most famous?
Yeah.
I bet it was that, unless her parents are like filthy rich.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think
so
it was
they'll
probably that.
do shit like almost like half pro bono if
For-
their celebrity goes
to
up.
advertise their biz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thank you. Specifically number 5.
I mean, I would be like, you're a fucking loser. You didn't get Weinstein off. I mean, that was an open and shut case, dumbass.
You got the most innocent man in America put in jail. So
And now we don't have good movies anymore because of you.
Operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
So say you all?
So she basically had a big 3-year trial that
For a
ended
DUI.
with her having a DUI.
Yeah, they spent about $8 million for a DUI.
It's insane.
That's my favorite part of this whole case is literally everyone in the story drove drunk.
Oh yeah, all the cops admitted to
Everyone admitted to getting hammered at a bar and driving around. But they're just like, it's fucking, it's We're massholes.
The best cop, or like the best material that came out about one of the cops in this, outside the DUI stuff, it was Detective Proctor, who they subpoenaed his texts.
Yeah.
And in one of his text messages, he's talking about Karen Reed, and he's going, she's got no fucking ass.
Yeah. Trooper Proctor.
Trooper, not
Trooper Proctor. I love how they refer to everyone as Trooper.
Yeah. But he talks about how she has no ass, and then he goes, looking through her phone right now, haven't found any nudes yet.
Yep.
He said that at some point.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So he got fired, at least, which is not a
003. What say is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman?
So you hear that crowd?
Is the hell?
Is that outside?
You hear that crowd outside? Holy
shit.
crazy.
I haven't seen this. That's nuts.
You all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court
It's the
records.
white OJ.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
the towny OJ.
It's a towny white OJ. It's a bunch of drunk moms in this Boston, outside of the courthouse in Boston. They go, like, yeah! We did it!
They've all thought about hitting their husbands
We're
with a
going
car.
to the fucking Tam tonight!
Oh, God.
Oh, it's really funny. The bar's full because Karen Reed is innocent.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. You know,
fat
she loved
faggot.
him. How do you think she's not doing too good? Just because she got her freedom doesn't mean she's gonna sit with the fact that the love of her life's dead.
Upon your oath, say the defendant on 001 is
Crazy roar.
I know. It's
Is
awesome.
that the Fenway crowd? Or
It's like the Sox just won.
not guilty. On 002 is guilty of operating in the influence of liquor. And 003, not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated. Jurors, we thank you for
she's
your
not even
service.
really that
We're
happy.
going to send you back. Your service is complete. I'd like to do that. with-
Man, imagine if she got off on the DUI and they all just stormed the place like the Bataclan. They're all, like, lighting off fireworks, waving flags.
That's gotta be like a training though. Like the prosecutor's like, hey, well, just don't, or like the
but
defendant's
it's
like,
after.
It's
It
over.
doesn't
You can do,
matter.
I think you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think if you get not guilty, I think you can like stand up and go like, suck it, suck my pussy, suck my fucking pussy. I think it's all fair game at that point.
yeah, you're probably right.
Crazy, yeah.
But we've talked about this before. I've never understood when somebody's innocent and they're like the lawyer's like, don't be emotional. Don't do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to just look like a sociopath in court? Like my life's on the line. I would be looking at the jury the entire time going like, guys, come on.
I don't think you're allowed to do
The
that.
camera would constantly be cutting me and I'd be like, what are we doing?
And Karen would be like,
I'll suck your dick. Sam, good. The whole trial, they have pictures of me just going like, please.
All the courtroom sketches are you with.
I never understand how these people, like, I know you have to take like the legal coaching, and not do anything. But like, if I'm innocent and they're like lying about me, the whole time I'd be like, what the fuck? It would just be tons of footage of me being like, what are you doing? You're a fucking liar.
Well, you can't be disruptive. They just send you out of
I'd
the
be
courtroom.
playing to the jury the whole time.
Well,
like,
once it's all over, it really is like you're not going to be held in contempt at that point. The judge is going to be like, okay, it's over. Like
you go to jail every night anyway, don't you? Or prison.
I don't think
she
so.
was out on bail.
Out on bail. That's another cool thing. To be like, they think I murdered 3 people, but I get to go home.
I'm going to Chili's.
I go home. Like in the staircase the whole time. The guy's like, being accused of stabbing his wife to death like hundreds of times with a fire poke. And he just gets to go back to his mansion, and he's like, what are we having for dinner tonight? Fettuccine Alfredo. All
He's
right.
like, holy shit, this is stressful. We should go to Buffalo Wild Wings tonight.
he goes, by the way, if anybody sees a fire poker, could you please let me know?
You're like drinking with your
Want to
lawyer.
stay away from those things.
Thank you very much.
All rise.
Look at that woodsman they got.
You know, I think she's being so calm and collected here because this is her second rodeo.
She's crying a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
She's probably also like a little upset she's no longer going to be a celebrity.
An 18-month-old.
She'll figure it out.
She's
tell a
huge.
book.
Yeah. She's going to
figure
do
it
a
out.
book.
She'll do a book.
Another show.
So here's all the murderers. Look at this group of murderers here.
Jesus Christ.
This is them all here. The families at the center. And they all are like shocked. They're like, people like hated us. I don't know why. Why would anyone think?
They're like, our triplet Jim Norton couldn't join us tonight.
This is Jim Norton's family.
The criminal justice system has let us down at every turn. And yesterday,
such a
Aren't you a cop?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he? I think so.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, because there's nobody left to stand up for us.
Think real long and hard before you're a witness in a case, because no one protects you. And it's
I
very,
think they don't have a
very
choice.
sad.
For the first time, some of the key
one time
players.
Amy Adams beat my ass on my own front porch,
It's
and no
very
one did a
sad.
single thing about it.
It's very sad. You know, my face prints are all over my kitchen because my husband uses my face to open the cupboard.
And retrial, sitting down for an exclusive interview. His friend, Jennifer McCabe, and her husband, Matt. Former Boston police sergeant Brian Albert and his wife Nicole,
with his jaw?
and his brother Chris Albert. All five of them pulled into the center of this high-profile
Jennifer
case,
McCabe.
and now speaking out.
And I think the reason we all stayed quiet is because
We killed him.
Due to the beating that we gave him that killed him.
We all made a pact to be really quiet about killing him.
After Sergeant McCabe sucked his dog on him, we all looked at each other and said, we better be quiet about
We
this
go,
one.
first off, we got to send this dog to the ends of the earth. We got to get rid of this dog. You know, we immediately said, the dog looks like it's got dysplasia. We got to get rid of him. We need new floors. Immediately after the minute that one of my friends died in front of my house in a blizzard, and I had nothing to do with it, I just felt like I needed like a new floor. So I got new kitchen floors.
There's nothing more powerful than home renovation, and a friend dying on my floor is not going to stop me from
Nothing more healing than a brand new floor.
And then, I figured, my phone, it's like an old phone. I got to get rid of this thing. The only trash can I know is at a military base.
Hopefully some homeless vet can pick it up out of that trash can,
I was doing it for the homeless.
Let's give the fun to Proctor now.
Yeah, Trooper Proctor, you got anything to say?
this is a thing that we had
John
nothing to
O'Keefe.
do with.
We did the civic duty, came and told the truth, and that's it.
Free Karen Reed!
It's the case that has captivated the country and divided
Yeah, but here's the thing with all them. Like, even if they're innocent, they keep saying, like, we told the truth. It's like, you just blamed the only other person.
Yeah.
You didn't
In proximity.
You didn't see her hit him.
Yeah.
You're
No.
just making up that she hit him.
Yeah.
And going like, no, it must be you because we don't want any part of this.
I do also think I should say there is some probability. I don't know what it would be.
I'd say there's like a 15% chance.
Yeah,
she
that's
did
a good.
hit him.
I would say 15. That's good. Where I don't think she did it intentionally at any point.
No.
But she was really annoyed. They're fighting. She knows this guy that she's been flirting with is in the house. They're arguing. Maybe he even knows about that. I don't know. And he gets out of the car and she speeds off, super hammered, and clips him. Mm-hmm. Maybe doesn't even know that she hit him.
And then he walked back to that area and then died.
Sure, but the wounds don't match enough. The wounds don't match. Doesn't explain the dog bite. I guess maybe then a stray or a coyote or something came and fucking bit him.
That could happen, dude.
Sure, no,
That could happen.
It's like the owl.
Well, no, if a coyote or like a wolf or whatever fucking wandered upon him, they'd eat him.
No, they started sniffing around. They're like, oh,
They could bite him and then he woke up and they ran
They're like,
away.
Bite,
Yeah.
bite. Let's
That'd be a
taste.
good
Is this-
scene in an HBO show that will be coming out, I imagine, in like a year about this.
There's a cutaway where it's just straight up the gray
Yeah.
for a moment.
He's smashing
Little nips.
nips on his head.
Well, because in the staircase show on HBO, they had all the different. They reenacted all of the ways in which people thought maybe she died.
Yeah.
So I could see that happening with
That
this.
would be. I would love that show where it's like somebody put a lot of thought into it and goes like, okay, if he got his ass kicked in the basement, let's show that. Let's show him getting hit,
and then let's show the wolves.
And then also the wolves.
That's my favorite theory. I never heard that. I love this idea that he's sitting in the snow. He's all fucked up, and just coyotes keep coming and biting him, and he's still half alive. He's like, damn it!
Maybe he knocks him off a little bit in his stupor. And then dies from hypothermia.
Who we casting as Karen Reed? What's your dream cast for this?
I guess
Tony Collette.
Tony Collette's good.
Ooh,
that is really good. Karen
might
Reed
be
would be insulted, I think, a little bit.
Really?
I think she's prettier than Tony Collette.
Yeah, who's the chick that was in Brawl in Cell Block 99? Vince Vaughn's wife?
Julie something. I
Yeah, that's
think.
who I would cast.
That's good. That's actually very good.
If
She's
Laura-
the same body.
And she's a good
Very
actress.
similar face.
Laura Dern.
No ass. No ass whatsoever.
No ass. Proctor's the casting agent. The casting guy.
Turn around, sweetheart.
He's like, perfect.
You're too beautiful to play Karen Reed.
Too much of an ass. Next.
Laura Dern could be good.
Laura Dern could be good. Julianne Moore.
Laura Dern's too
No,
hot.
not Julianne Moore. She's
Well,
too old now.
yeah.
I was gonna say Laura Linney, but she's too old too. I think
She's
at this
too old,
point.
yeah.
I think John nailed it with
The Brawl in Cell Block 99 chick.
Look her
Who's
up
that?
if you
Am I
don't
look her
know. And a master with dyed hair. And
Yeah.
then, and also, I don't know if you're to see her ass and on what you pull up, but no ass.
And then I genuinely think we should do like a smokestack sinners thing for
Jennifer
Jim Norton playing the
Carpenter.
two bad
Oh
guys.
yeah,
Jennifer Carpenter.
she could do it, but I don't think she's that good of an actress. I don't think she's in.
pretty good.
I don't think she's in much.
She's fine enough for what we're making. She's got
she
no
was
ass.
She was in Dexter. She's a huge TV
amazing
star. Yeah.
at acting.
I don't know Dexter.
She's very good.
I think Tony Collette's perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Toni Collette's old.
She's too old.
Too old, and she doesn't look anything like her.
Yeah, no, John nailed it.
Devin's just nailing older ladies.
It
They're
doesn't
kind of
need
ugly.
to look like her.
I
It's
got
a
Julia,
white woman
you know.
with like
You want to get as close as you can while
Jennifer
still having a
Carpenter.
great
white
actress.
woman with crow's feet, mouth and eyes.
John nailed it.
I think I nailed it.
All right, fine.
Way better than
She's
Toni
not big
Collette.
enough. She won't be in it. So let's be realistic here.
This isn't going to be a big
We're
movie.
gonna sit on this for hours.
This will be a huge limited series. Are you kidding me?
A huge
They're gonna make yeah.
They're making it?
No, but I just know that I know it'll happen.
It will happen.
HBO does not fuck around with this stuff.
No. They got their hands all over this.
Karen Reed accused of killing her Boston police officer
That looks like
boyfriend
AI
John
generated.
O'Keefe, hitting him with her SUV and leaving him to die in a blizzard.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
Now, after a second trial, a jury acquitting her of the most serious charges, second-degree murder and manslaughter. And hundreds of supporters in pink, Karen Reed's favorite color, cheering as the verdict came down yesterday.
What a
Her
bunch
favorite
of
color.
Would not be
losers.
standing here without these amazing supporters.
That is the
People
coolest.
turned this thing into
That
a
guy had a
tailgate party,
stance.
it looked like.
Dude, I just if,
John.
Oh my god.
He's standing here
if I had this many supporters
without
after
these
being
amazing supporters.
I would be up on stage going like, raise the roof. There would be no decorum. There'd be no decorum.
Yeah.
I'd drive around in my car to be like fucking like Trooper Proctor suck my cock on the back, like in a decal on the back of my Escalade.
Trooper Proctor, suck my cock. Kiss my flat ass,
Kiss
Trooper
my flat
Proctor.
ass, bitch.
No, I'd literally be in a microphone being like, let's get fucked up!
Oh god.
This thing into a tailgate party, it looked like
Patty.
some days.
Hell
Board
yeah.
games, cornhole, cookouts.
You're so
This is a
mad,
guy that
Brian
was
Albert.
murdered. And it's atrocious for that family.
While the prosecutors blamed
My
Reed
fishhook
for
cheeks.
O'Keefe's death, the defense said this group of family members framed Reed to cover up what really happened that night, ever since their lives becoming open season for endless conspiracy theories.
What they've done is
The
they've
tail light being knocked out is not evidence of anything. We have
Yeah.
footage of her bashing her tail light in
Yeah.
a separate event
Yeah.
that night.
There's also a.
God, she was drunk.
There was also. Oh, she was
Rocks.
admitted that she was drunk.
That's why it's so much more. She's so much more relatable.
There was also a cop who testified who said that he saw the taillight he was the first one to go to Karen Reed's house to view her car and start collecting evidence on the car. And he said that when he first saw the car, the taillight was much more intact than how it looked when after the evidence was collected.
Yeah, but those things can fall apart.
Right. So, so the defense's theory then is that dirty cops came,
bashed it,
took pieces, and put it all over the scene.
Yeah,
these guys are
psychopaths.
Devious.
Yeah,
they're good. We see body cam footage all the time of people like planting like drugs on people.
Yeah. Dehumanized us to the sense where we're not real people. We're almost like caricatures. We're pawns.
Okay, so we kill our best friend in the snow, and now we're not human to you people?
On a daily basis.
Anybody who's touched this case has been called a murderer at some point.
And anyone
There's
who's
too many
friends
Irish
with us
people in this
support
room.
cop killers.
Yeah.
After 3
More like McCabe and Mr. Killer.
Nice.
That's what I say.
Look at that
Up
photo.
in action.
Look at that. Oh, I didn't know they're like Nazis.
Yeah, white people corny.
Here's the saga wrapped up yesterday.
What are you doing? What the hell's with this? Kind of gay.
Doing a shocker.
His face is painted pink, too.
I don't know why. Somebody must have done. I guess Karen did this at some point.
This guy's shirt matches his blood pressure issue.
Is his face painted pink?
I think
Just
so.
Ronnie James Dio fans.
He's just Dio fan.
What'd you say, Connor?
Is his face painted pink? Or
No, he's just
He's just Irish.
He's just an Irish fucking.
He's got what you got, you know?
He's just
Yeah, no,
he's
I
a
just
got what
maniac.
you got.
I'm just curious to know if he's, into the theatrics or he's me, okay? One of my people. Just a genuine question. Sorry I asked.
Why is this the hand signal that is associated with this case?
My guess is that Karen Reed must have done that. I actually don't know. That was a guess.
because the lawyer came out and was like doing this.
Yeah.
It became a
It's a big
symbol
deal,
at some
Weird.
point.
Holy damn.
Saga wrapped up yesterday. Reed captured celebrating at dinner with her father,
Hell
and
yeah.
today seen walking with her attorney, Alan Jackson.
I didn't even know I'd be here.
Let's check the
today,
ass
so
out.
I had no plans.
Meanwhile,
it
O'Keefe's family and
Proctor
friends
was right about her
struggling
ass.
with the verdict.
I'm just sad for John's family and what happened yesterday, and I feel like they didn't get justice for him, and our lives just changed forever.
They're
Why
evil.
speak out now after the verdict? We took what we thought was the high road.
Right.
Let the court do its job.
This is so funny.
After
My
another
eyes
hanging-
get smaller by the second.
And the high road to me, frightening an innocent woman.
It is funny. East Coast Irish people are capable of like evil that we can't really comprehend sometimes. Like you remember in fucking what's the movie with fucking the bank robbery movie?
The town.
Yeah, Down. Yeah, they're
You're about to make a
creepy
real
as
point
hell.
related to the town.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're about to be like, that's the thing about East Coast bad
just seem
people.
gross.
In the
They're
town.
robbing Fenway
robbing
Park
banks.
all the
Yeah.
time.
It's a systemic problem, and so from the town, we know that.
They creep me out.
I love
That's
that
all
quote
I'm
at the beginning of the town was like, every 4 seconds a bank is robbed. You're like, this is a lie. There's no way. It's not true.
There's
Can't
10
be
million
true.
bank robbers from Southie.
There are over 10 million bank robbers in a town of 35,000 people. You do the math.
16
local
banks
bar.
in Southie. 700 of them get robbed every year.
They rob so often they leave the vault open.
Brutal 2022 blizzard. Brian and his wife Nicole hosted a late night gathering at their home. An invitation had been extended to Reed and O'Keefe, but Brian Albert says neither of them ever entered his home that night. O'Keefe was found lying unconscious in the snow of Albert's front lawn. He was pronounced dead at the hospital hours later. The defense's theory? A violent altercation at the Alberts' home, possibly involving other members of law enforcement.
Did John ever come in the house?
Never. No.
You never saw John O'Keefe in the house, right?
Never.
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 Oof.
These are people in your own community who believe the conspiracy theories, who believe that there were other law enforcement officials and agents involved in this.
It's also
Look
a
at the
really
reaction again, because so if he never came in the house, then the only explanation is she left and he was so drunk he just stumbled. His shoe came off, and then wolves attacked him.
I believe he was killed by the Wolfman, sir.
Truly, like, if she didn't do it and he never went into their house.
Well, they're saying she did do it. Yeah. They're
No,
saying
I know.
she did it.
There's also a moment in this reaction where they go, so Keith never entered your house, and they almost go like this. Oh no. Like they almost go, yeah, of course he was. Oh no.
That's why I wanted to rewatch. I wanted to rewatch the reaction here because they've obviously all huddled up.
Yeah.
Tons of times.
Before you play this, there is also a very good point made by somebody that I can't remember, that it's such a big house with so many rooms and multiple floors, and there was like several gatherings inside of this party. It's not that unlikely that he came in, went right downstairs, and some of these guys may not have seen him at all.
Yeah.
So that is possible.
But
So some
one
of them
guy
might not be lying.
One guy there was like, "No, I killed him."
Right, Higgins.
Higgins is like, "No, I
saw him. I
broke his fucking put the screws to him." But they go, "Well, John, you can't. That's for you. That's for you to say." But
Can't say that, John.
Can't say that, John. We all have an agreement here. Huddle up. Huddle up.
They do a huddle.
I mean, they all have to have been coordinating a story with each other if they have.
A lot of them coordinated. Some of them may not have been.
Even if they're all totally innocent, you huddle up and go, what's our story here?
Yeah. But if there were a group in the house that did not see him at all, because it's like a big spread out house, they would not have let them in at all. Mm-hmm. So there might be people who are genuinely clueless that have no idea that he entered the house.
I think it's a staircase thing, and maybe there's just it was a murderous dog. They all huddle up and they go, "Listen, Rufus, he got a little crazy last night.
Cujo was hungry last night."
Other members of law enforcement.
Here we go. Here's the question:
Did John ever come in the house?
Never. No.
You never saw John O'Keefe in the house, right?
So you really had to think about that.
Never.
These are people in your.
He speaks first.
These are people.
He like leads them all.
Never.
The guy that's cute. The
Yeah,
guy with the most. Yeah.
The guy with a fishing gaff in his mouth.
Community who believe that
And
there are people
this
in
guy
your
doesn't
own
even answer.
community who believe the conspiracy theories, who believe that there were other law enforcement officials and agents involved in this. Why is it people in your own community who believe these conspiracy theories?
Well, because we have a history of being corrupt. We are constantly corrupt. We get away with anything we want. That's why, Mr. ABC News.
They were vice cops, right? I remember that.
You do real.
Right? Weren't they like they were like a vice unit or something? They weren't a regular police officer.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Oh, I thought they're just like running.
For this conspiracy to be true, it would take 30 to 50 people. You'd have to have multiple cops.
Or three elites.
For a normal mission like this, it would take 30 to 50 people, but it takes only 8 elite narcotics agents like us to frame this woman.
And he goes, and that's how good we are. I mean, these guys, whoever did it.
So there's, the big group or the little group,
The medical examiner, firemen, EMTs, you name it. That's how preposterous and silly this is. And great question. I don't understand how people
this is just silly.
What a goofy thing that's happening right now.
Why would everyone have to be...
No, he's lying. He's a fucking piece of shit. Murderer.
Brian
looks like
Albert
the
says
devil.
he and Nicole only found out about John's death when Jen McCabe, who
like
is
deviled
Nicole's
egg.
sister, barged into their bedroom.
She was just upset and
God, imagine how that woman smells.
I immediately thought something had happened
Imagine
to
just
one of her
sharing bed
children
with
or
her
one of
and
my
her
children.
queefing her
Why
ass
else
off.
is she in my bedroom at 6:30?
After taking a big fat shit. She's drinking a bunch of Chardonnay, eating a bunch of potato salad, and just shitting her fucking fat ass off.
And then he goes, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen."
And she crawls into bed with him, and she queefs her pussy. She just queefs out her pussy all over your bed. And she's got that big fucking Mars Attacks haircut. You gotta kill a cop. That's your life. Oh, you gotta cover up a murder, and then you crawl in the bed with that disgusting.
This lady
whore.
right here?
Yeah, that disgusting Salem witch trial accusing whore. I saw her talking to cats the other day,
Right now.
And what did she tell you?
She said, John's out front. I think John's dead out front. I said, what the
John's dead out front,
talking about?
guys.
He goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I said, what the are you talking about, Jen? And I'm like, I didn't know.
You still didn't piece it together.
I didn't understand what she was talking about because why would John be out front of my house?
So massively
I killed him in the
confusing.
basement. What's he doing
There
outside the
are
house?
police officers.
He took the serious brain trauma downstairs. Why would he be dead outside?
Did he
Don't
get
make no
up?
friggin' sense.
Did
to
someone
me.
resurrect John and he fucking walked out of the house like Jesus Christ or what?
What, he unwrap himself in the carpet I put him in? Like, what's going on?
No, honey, the dog killed him last night.
He's on your front
Honey, you
lawn.
smell like bologna.
You're an officer. Why don't you just go outside and investigate or take a look?
I'm not a.
It was cold.
It was a blizzard.
It was a blizzard. You accusatory faggot.
Well, I was a little wrapped up investigating why my wife's pussy smells like a canned ham.
Police officer. I
was out. Well, you know what? I could have gone outside, but I was too busy in the backyard with my black umbrella up, praising Satan.
Doing a seance.
Ever heard of it? A seance.
I was talking to Black Phillip in the yard.
We pulled an all-nighter. We were all pretty tired. I didn't want to go out there and see the guy we had killed 5 hours earlier.
Or up on a murder rush.
You think I want to go see my friend who I just killed?
You ever heard of anxiety? Hangover anxiety.
At that point, the Boilermakers were wearing off. I didn't want to go outside and look at our mess.
Police officer.
Plus, we saw a pack of wolves dealing with.
Smoking up at it.
I love the wolf theory. It's a bunch of wolves came out. But they didn't eat them. They just kind of nipped them a bunch, and then they were bored, and they just kept going.
They don't like human meat. They only eat humans when they have nothing else to eat.
It's true. His shoes.
Is that South Dakota knowledge?
No, this is the Gray knowledge.
From the Gray.
Yeah.
From Liam Neeson in the Gray.
Idiot.
Dumbass.
I thought you were on wolves.
His shoes were off. Like the wolves were like, "Yo, take his shoes. Take his shoes."
They throw him over fucking
the
wires.
wolves are like, "Yo, take this motherfucker's shoes."
Yo, that's a pretty nice jacket. What size is it?
They're Boston wolves.
Boston wolves.
They're like, Raff.
How
you like them apples?
From hanging out the night before. By the time I came downstairs, the police were already in my house. John was already gone. There was nobody to save.
It's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, that monologue, where he's looking at the dead body. He goes, one day I pray to come outside and see you not here. I pray to not see your dead body right here. Then nothing would make me happier than not seeing your dead body right here.
He's like, his dead body.
He goes to the basement, the dead body's in there, he's fist pumping.
He's like, I gotta go see about a god.
As a fellow cop, that's the most ridiculous question that people always ask. It makes zero sense. What am I supposed to do? Run out front in my underwear and start running yellow tape around the fire hydrant?
What do I
Over
look
the
like,
course
a
of
cop
the night,
to you?
we called and texted John 52
I look
times.
like a guy trained
She
to
then called Jen
respond to
asking for help to
emergencies
find
you or
John.
something.
Karen previously telling me she and John had gotten into an argument that night. Would you say that you were angry with John that
Would you
night?
say that you have no
Yes.
ass? I keep hearing this thing about a flat ass. Turn around for me.
Now, Karen, can you stand up and do a twirl for me?
Karen, how many squats do you do a day?
It's fair to say you have no ass. Is that right, Karen?
How do you drink that much beer and have no ass?
Karen, are BBLs out of the question here? And
You seem to care about your appearance. Why don't you work on your ass?
God, these women, they look like they stink.
I think she's pretty.
No.
Oh, she has a very pretty
She's
face.
pretty for being if you're at that age group in this town in Boston.
She's the hottest lady in town.
You go, all right,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
Could you have been angry enough?
She does
and
she says town like the town shit to you. She's
Yeah.
like, remember we used to smoke it out of the filter.
Got any oxys?
Got any oxys? Yes. You gonna kill my husband? Yes. You gonna let him get attacked by wolves? Yes.
You gonna pray to Satan? Yes.
You a weird Boston cop Satanist? Yes.
I saw the wolf. I saw your fucking wolf.
I saw your fucking wolf.
That's such a great line delivery. But the first time I watched Place Beyond the Pines, he goes, "I saw your dad.
I saw your dad.
I saw your fucking dad." I probably watched that scene. I rewinded like 15 times.
It's Marlon Brando-esque acting.
It's incredible.
That kid is that's still the best performance I think I've seen in recent history.
For sure. He's so good.
For someone his age.
Yeah.
Definitely the best.
Yeah. He goes, he's talking to Karen, he goes, "I couldn't see your fucking ass."
I didn't see your ass.
I didn't see
your fucking ass.
No one in town saw your fucking ass. Place Beyond the Pines rules.
I do John O'Keefe just the same way I did your father, your mother. The chemical way. Castrated.
We doing the town now?
Yeah, we're every Boston movie's fair game on this.
It's true. Well, Place Beyond the Pines not even Boston. We're just doing East Coast shit now.
Close enough.
Just anything East Coast.
I'll clip your fucking ass off.
I clip your ass just like God clipped Karen's ass.
My dog will clip your nuts.
A wolf will clip your nuts.
A wolf will clip your nuts, just like he clipped your daddy's nuts. I've said it before, and I'll say it again because that's one of my favorite gags. Is in the end of the town when the florist goes like, "Clip your nuts," just like I clipped your daddy's nuts, and then the movie, and then Ben Affleck goes, "Are you gay?
You touched my daddy's nuts?
Touch my dad's nuts."
Why are you down there?
And then the tough old florist goes, "No,
I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
You're gay.
You're gay.
Nah, man, you sound pretty gay to me.
Nah, man, you touched my dad's nuts, dude.
No.
You sound like a fucking fag." He's like, "I am not gay.
Believe me. I swear. I swear
He
I'm
starts
not."
yelling, "Please believe me."
Please believe me. Please believe me. I'm not gay.
I'm not gay.
He doesn't even have to kill him anymore.
He goes, "You seem pretty fucking gay, dude. All you do is like cut flowers all day like a fucking fag."
Yeah, man, you like own a flower shop and you're talking about my dad's nuts. You sound like a fucking homo.
I'm not.
But I'm not.
I swear.
He's like supposed to be the big villain in the movie. All of a sudden, he's on his back legs. He's like, he's on defensive. No! I'm not gay!
Ben Affleck pants is him. And he's wearing panties.
He's got a butt
wearing
plug.
women's panties. His hands on his ankles.
It's a cock cage and a butt plug.
Jay Renner comes back. Renner comes back and they low bridge him.
He's like yelling all this. No, I'm not gay.
I don't know. I can see a whale tail sticking out of the back of your pants.
Why you got a tramp stamp then?
He's got a tribal tramp stamp.
He goes, me and your father, we were at the Abbey.
He does look like an old bear.
You know how I met your father? At the Abbey. We were stealing phones.
That's so funny.
He's got little underwear on.
His lace panties on. You pants him, he has lace panties on, he gets low bridge, and then his shirt flies up, and he has a whole matching set. A ball gag like falls out of his pocket.
The camera cuts back to him. He's holding like a feather duster. He has like a maid outfit.
I want to thank you for identifying the real me. The rest of the movie's about him finding his sexuality.
You forced me to accept myself.
It's like Irish Moonlight. It begins as a bank robbery movie for an hour in, and the movie completely shifts into this old Irish mafia boss accepting that he's gay.
He's giving a hand job to another elderly Irishman on the beach.
I want to thank you, Ben.
I'm gonna let you live because it made me accept myself.
I've always hated what I saw in the mirror every time I woke up when I put on these lace panties and I put in me butt plug.
I put in me butt plug. He's like a pirate now. He's like a nautical.
Me butt plug.
Oh my god. This joke is hopefully, you have to have seen these movies, but fuck, it kills me.
If you haven't seen those movies, I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing listening?
Place Beyond the Pines is more understandable, I guess, to not have seen, but
great movie though. Watch that immediately.
It's really, really fantastic.
Annoyed you that in the fit of rage you just backed up and
Never.
tried to tap him.
Would never.
Not to try to kill him, but try to
tapped him.
Tap him
What
with
is he,
my
the
6,000
fucking prosecution?
full-size SUV. To hit
Play
John's
devil's
body
advocate,
with my car. No.
I spoke with a juror
I was
tonight
trying to hit those
who told me
wolves that were
she
eating
believed
him.
the collision did not occur.
Overall, a lot of the evidence had caused
car is that
reasonable doubt.
again?
It's a Lexus
A lot of
SUV.
the evidence
is that the GX?
overall,
That's
Collision.
a great. The LX. The LX is a great car, especially that year. That's a sick car.
I never knew what car was until right now. That is, I always liked how it looked.
The Lexus SUVs from that era were fantastic looking. And in fact, they're a big deal. Like people keep buying them used, and they
stopped making them.
Well, the new ones are pretty sick too. But just the way this one looked that year, a lot of people take them and turn them into tiny homes.
Mm.
All the people that live in their cars.
Seriously?
Do van life shit. A lot of people have been taking these and using them, and they soup them up and they make them into these off-roading,
Weird. I didn't know that. It's a cool looking car.
Not occur.
overall, a lot of the evidence had caused reasonable doubt, and that was enough for us not to convict.
A little after 6 a.m., Karen found John's body in the snow. Jen called 911.
911, what's your emergency?
I have no ass!
I have no ass. There's a bunch of wolves nibbling at my husband.
Like one at a time, man. You got no ass? Okay.
Then we're not coming. Bye.
All right, we're going to do 100 squats, okay? You're going to be all right. Let's get a little pump in there.
Start body weight squats. We're going to get you on weights. Get on a squat bar, ma'am, okay? Just stay calm.
Search kayak for Brazilian ticket prices.
Go to a lean bulk.
Start squatting. Trial was a defense theory about a Google search Jen had made about how long it takes to die in the cold.
It's so funny
the defense
seeing the
claiming
drunk
she
Irish
searched it
brains.
before O'Keefe's body was found.
So much has been made about that Google search that morning. Was it at 6 a.m. or was it at 6:27 a.m.? How long to die in the cold? What's your answer?
She asked me to do it at outside of Fairview at 6:20, whatever it was. Doesn't matter how much I say about it, people will not believe it.
The group also hoping to clear up rumors.
I do believe there's the murderer right there. Man, that's like a pot. That doesn't even look like he's grown as full.
That thing will fuck you up.
He's a cutie.
That thing will fuck you up.
And if his owner's getting in a fight,
yeah,
with John O'Keefe. It will, it's a trained canine, I believe. So they're trained to see if they see conflict happening or a struggle, they will, that they jump in. That's when
my dad had a German Shepherd that he was convinced was a former police canine unit because they'll let him go if they're too nice. Yeah. But it was shipped to Chicago and it was a full-bred German Shepherd and he got it at Shotzi for a few years. The sweetest dog I've ever had in my life.
Incredible.
But there was a guy going through our garbage one day. I've never seen a dog enter kill mode quicker.
No, they get down. They're the greatest guard dogs.
An army crawled towards this guy.
They're the greatest guard dogs they are because they have the discipline of an intelligent dog. They love their owners. You never have to worry about them killing your baby like a pit bull.
Mm-hmm.
But if something's actually coming in or fucking with you, they're just as good as pit bulls.
Yeah.
You know.
Did your dad eventually give the guy that killed cats in a sock?
What?
Did your dad eventually give the dog to the guy that kills cats in a sock? With
no, euthanized it because its hips were given out.
The dysplasia thing's really rough.
Albert's dog, Chloe, who had been rehomed after the incident. The defense claimed the dog was involved in O'Keefe's death.
Yeah, that's
Those
the car.
wounds were inflicted as the result of a dog attack.
That looks
Those
like dog
marks
bites.
are from teeth.
Yes.
Look at the puncture
They've known
bites.
for 2 years where Chloe is. The state shared it with them.
So if they wanted to take DNA evidence from Chloe the dog and match it to possible DNA evidence on John O'Keefe, they could have matched it.
Absolutely.
But now with the trial behind
like we
them, they
said,
say
it
they're
was a
still
wolf.
faced with threats against them and their families but hope to continue calling this community their home.
You get down, you get depressed, and it's like, but this is the town we grew up in. We didn't do anything wrong. We all contributed to our town. We love our town. Why should we have to go anywhere?
You kill a guy, your town doesn't love you anymore. It's unbelievable.
Cover up a murder, and I can't even go out without getting.
I go to Cold Stone Creamery, they look at me funny, you know.
Man, that was funny.
What a case!
It was good.
Legendary case.
She's out.
She's out.
Free woman.
God bless you, Karen Reed.
I wonder where she went.
She's
that night.
on a house with
bar?
stilts.
Oh, it's out there. I can't remember
That night after she was free?
Wonder what bar.
No, she went home after that.
Went home.
Yeah, I'd go home.
Why would you not go celebrate?
After her kill?
Because she's still too high profile.
No,
It's too
what do you mean
dangerous.
After she got not guilty?
She got not guilty.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah.
You go to
Cheesecake Factory.
It would be like you just tell. I would be out in front of the crowd, be like, "Thank you all." Like, where are we going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think she's just too high profile to she's just going to go straight home. I think.
Well, they have pictures. They must be out there.
Oh, she went to dinner with her dad.
Yeah.
Right?
But where though?
Yeah.
Some hoity-toity place.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's all next
They went to
time.
Red
Let's all
Lobster.
go to Boston together and hit their hot spots.
We got to find her.
I want to get her on the show.
I think she's gonna rush right over. She goes, "The Hate Watch podcast wants me."
Well, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit. You gotta
Yeah.
wait for her to realize
Start to die
she's
down a
actually
little
not
bit.
that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
She's quite
And then
big.
we're right there waiting for her.
I think it's gonna be a
Would
hard
you
kid.
would you go through this hell to have the fame she has and get a tell-all book that is a New York Times bestseller? And
If I know I'm innocent at the end, yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Innocent people get convicted all the time.
No, if I know I'm going to be not guilty, found not guilty, then yeah, sure.
Sure.
Why not?
No, it's definitely not worth it.
Well, at the beginning, you know you're going to be not guilty, so you just write it out.
There's
You're like,
still
yeah,
a
I get
ton
to
of
walk around, go
people that think
hang
you are
out.
a murderer.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everybody hates you. You're known. You have this terrible reputation. It's like, even if you're not guilty by the order of the law, there's a giant amount of the population that still thinks that you're guilty.
No one will recognize
And
her
they
in a year.
also, because of all of the discovery, they know for a fact that she was texting some Brian Higgins trying to fuck this guy while she was cheating.
Yeah, she's still drunk whore, and the whole world knows that.
Drunk whore with no ass is what
Move
she's
out of
famous
Kansas,
for.
move to Florida. Nobody will recognize
An innocent drunk whore with no ass.
John's like, well, I'm already famous for not having an ass, so it's not that much worse for me.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, anyway. We did it. People
Love you
wanted us
guys.
to cover it. We had to.
We sure did.
And we're not going to do anything on Iran because fucking it'll change every 5 seconds. We
And
thought
it's
we
also
thought we were at war, and now Trump's
boring.
saying, we're...
I do want to hear John's take on Iran.
I mean, I think it was all just
Well,
it's
save
a
it.
show.
Do it for...
Save her the page.
Maybe on Jock Weaker
All right.
page.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.